What's up, Fish Vibes people? Donald Fish Vibes here. Let's do this. Fish Fibers. Today I'm going to show you all how I clean my shrimp tank. This tank, as you see, it came with a full stand. Let me see if I can get it. Right, and it has this stand. It's about, I would say 7-8 gallons. Right, it's more, it's rectangular, but it's taller rather than longer. And the stand comes with a cupboard, everything, where I have some of my fish stock items I would have ordered off Amazon, etc. So it's a pretty decent tank that holds a lot of the things and really manages the space well. Okay, so this tank really runs with a built-in filter system. Now I have the rocks enclosing parts of it that you won't see, but I have not been very I've seen a lot of people like the end of this long pipe here, which really gets the water up into the filter. There's a kind of strainer to the bottom there that cannot be seen because the rocks are blocking it. That strainer could actually have small baby shrimp go up into it, but it's a simple pump system. This meaning here is the pump with a motor like it within it, and the water goes up through this channel and gets into the actual filter bed. So let me show you guys the filter bed as I'm opening it here. If you look carefully, you can see, so the channel comes right up, comes flowing through this channel here, where the water comes through. Let me see if I can get that closer. The water comes through. As you can see, there's holes right along this barrel type thing, and it goes straight into the filter bed. As you can see, it's not clogged because water is flowing, but there's a lot more holes in the channel, so some of it is clogged. I think it's about a month, or probably I did go a little week extra, but you can see it goes into the filter pad material. So essentially what I do, and then, well, okay, and you can see the water comes here and pours through this hole and comes right back out into the tank. So guys, when I start cleaning this tank, I mean, as you could see, the water looks clean. I mean, I don't know if you could see, well, yes, you should see it. It's not tinged or anything, it's crystal clear. But as I clean the tank, the first thing I do is I disconnect the power. So I disconnect the power and allow the filter bed to run where the water comes out of it, and the filter material remains damp and easy to take out and start the cleaning process. So I have my bowl, my rag, my container. So basically what I do, I'll be going back and forth. I collect the water straight from the tank, put it in this bowl. I'm doing a very small percent change. I'm only collecting enough water to treat with the material, the filter material that has to be cleaned. I do routine water change, about 2-3% every now and again. Well, sorry, probably about 5% water change, nothing much. And you know, this tank, I have a little mark on it here, that black line there, as to where I try to keep the water line. So right now the water line is a little bit below it. So I'll start with this amount, and then I'll take out the filter material. So as you can see, as I said, I stopped the filter. Let me see how I can do this with one hand so there's no water flowing out there right now. I basically take out this barrel here. See how very easy it disconnects. Put it in the same water. Look at how grimy this is, guys. I think this hasn't been cleaned in about more than a month, I'm sure. But basically nothing is running out of it, as you can see. So I'm able to transfer it into the same water. I have these two containers here, which I'll show you all what happens in here, what is inside of it. Right, so I take them out, basically. Some water drain in there, Then I take my little rag, right, and I captured. Of course, this rag is safe for this because it's specifically for this. I use it for this shrimp tank so that there's no cross contamination. So this is my shrimp tank rag, and I basically clean out inside here, guys. Guys, so as you can see, the cavity where all the filter media goes in is totally clean, right? I've put everything in the same water here. Now there's a reason why I'm doing it like this, guys. You see, this tank has been set up. This is going over 5 months now. I'm finally having good success with the shrimp. As I do these routine cleaning, you use the same, guys, you use the same water to try to clean everything, right? So that, remember, this takes a process for the right type of bacteria to be formed here. That's why you would have allowed the tank to mature even before settling the shrimp. Remember, shrimp is really, it's really a fleshy type animal. There's really no skeletal frame. If you do call it a skeletal frame, it's very, guys, you could squash a shrimp with the wave of a hand. So you know, it's very delicate. It means that the water that passes through, that this shrimp is living in, practically passes through that entire shrimp body. So as changes take place, it really affects the shrimp in a significant way. So essentially you have to consider that with your water changes. You want to make sure it's the same water that you're dealing with. You're not just swinging the water variations in a very sudden way. So once you manage that process well, you know you're good to go. I'm going to try to open up some of these cavities as well to show you what's in here. So basically I have some very simple media, right? And what I do, I give it a good shaking out in the same water, as I keep saying. I hope you're hearing me okay, guys. I know I'm a little far away, but you clean everything in the same water. That ensures that the bacteria, the proper bacteria, remains alive. It's not staying out of the water for any significant time. So it's as if you're allowing the tank to remain with the same level of maturity in terms of how far it has been developed, the maturity of the bacteria that deals with all of the ammonia and bad nitrates. And you're setting back up your tank with, to give it a chance now with the balance of water there to clean out whatever impurities. You don't have to get 100% all the grime out. You just aim to get most of it out, right? And you just seal back up everything. You seal back up everything. In this other cavity, guys, I have same cavity style, but this one has a little sack here. It has a different set of media in it. It's more like a stone filtration and a black carbon type filtration. Now, it's always good to refresh your carbon. While I've been running this tank for 5 months or so, it's a small tank. I haven't actually done any refreshing to this carbon, but I've basically, you know, allowed the sack to be, as I said, cleaned out and get all the grime out of it and continue using it. And once the system stays pretty clean and clear, I don't have any immediate need on changing the carbon unless I see something actually wrong with the system. It has been doing well so far, guys. Sometimes you just have to leave well enough alone, you know. So guys, if you look now at what I've done, as you can see, I've cleaned these two containments here with their appropriate media. I've also cleaned this additional filter media that sits on top of it. As you can see, there's still some brown contaminants in it, but trust me, you can see the white on it. So it's a mature type of filter media. That's me just clearing out all the impurities through the holes. Don't know if you can see it properly. All right. In this particular media channel, I'm going to put it back here now. And again, I could do all that with just one hand. So it's a very simple setup. Angling the water will come through and drop on the media bed. All right. Once it's angled properly, there'll be no backswash. And guys, that's it. That's the extent of it, guys. And now I'm ready to plug up and run again. So let's see how this goes. Oh, and by the way, let's take a look at the condition of this water, guys. This is what has been cleared out. Look at that. This is what came out of all of that media there. So this filter that is custom stuck in this tank is actually very good in terms of doing its job. So guys, if you remember how the water was flowing out when we first started to attempt to clean the tank, this is how it's running now. I just turned it on and you see all the water is now coming out much stronger. You're getting a much more aggressive flow, which means there's more oxygen going to be pumped into this tank. And that's it. I mean, guys, today's about, what's today? Today's the 22nd. Today's the 22nd of November, guys. Which means in another month I'll be doing the same type of cleaning. Which means these guys are going to have a nice, clean, fresh tank again before the Christmas. And what I do in between, probably within the next week or two, I may do a 5 and 10% water change. I don't do a lot of water change in this case because the water level, as I said, this is my marker here. You'll see how much lower it is. I won't even top it up. That's what I will do within the next week or so. I'll do a little additional water. I always try to ensure I cure the water a bit. Leave it settled for about 3-4 days. Treat it a bit to remove some of the contaminants, and then I top it up in drip acclimation form. I think I showed you all how I did my drip acclimation in the past. That's it generally, guys. The lights are off. Let's see how it looks with the lights on. I'm going to show you how it looks right away, because it was never really dirty in the first place in terms of how it looked in here. So guys, that's it. I mean, the truth is, without recording this, I do that in about 3-4 minutes. I've seen baby shrimp up inside the filter bed, which means they would have gone up inside this pipe here and reached up on top. I looked at them, they seem to be having a very good time up there. And eventually they make themselves back down in the stream, back into the tank. So, I mean, it's not as if they're going to get out of the tank. It's not a sump system. They're not going to get down in a sump. So guys, I'm going to end it here. Again, thanks for watching. For those who watch, you know, and see you all on the next one, guys. Ciao.